I have found a prime example of waste in how we deal with bills, and we're working on changing that. So as the bills come in here on the front desk, oftentimes the first place they would go to is this inbox in the front, which is a crazy waste right off the get-go because that is just an in-between spot. But the next place they go is somewhat of a waste too. Walk all the way over here and throw them in this slot here. And then once I enter them, which requires a computer, so I take them out again. Once I enter them, they go into this entered bills folder and go right back in here, just in that folder. So lots of extra handling. So one thing I've done is I've taken this folder out of the mix. So once these are entered, they no longer go back into that folder. They go right here into the office downstairs and on top of the filing cabinet where we'll file them alphabetically instead of running all the way upstairs. Also, the first place they go to now after they come in from the mail, the first place this bill is going to go is right over here in the slot on the wall. So now I've saved 2 or 3 steps from going into there, and now that just goes on the wall right here, which is right in between the 2 desks and more accessible. So definitely 2 seconds saved every day, probably more.